Welcome to Accounting Expo with Abasola Abik.
An interview with Mr. Taofik Abass, a chartered accountant, Ican, tax practitioner, CIT.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
May we?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, my name is Taofik Abass. I'm a chartered accountant, Ican, chartered tax professional, Citn. Before I qualified, I studied computer technology from Babcock University, having been my BSc in computer technology. I'm currently doing my master's. I currently work as a partner at Abass Jima & Co., a firm of chartered accountants, and I also have a business consulting firm called Azamit Consult, which was established in the year 2022. This Azamit Consult, we do business consulting and financial management consulting. So that was a brief introduction about me.
Sir, for how long have you been in the accounting profession?
I joined the firm from the first day I graduated, from the first day I came out from NYC, late 2013, around November, and I've been with the firm since then as an associate. From associate, I became a manager, and a senior manager, and now a partner.
Sir, what inspired your choice of accounting as a career? And what do you enjoy most about the profession?
Well, I dabbled into accounting, as a matter of fact, because my interest lied at my early stage in life. My interest lied in sciences, which I pursued. But I had this review. There was a review that was done in our school then when I was in JS3 to ascertain which course one would enter into when you enter SS class. I was chosen to be an accountant then, but for my competitive nature, I didn't want to leave my mates, the mates I was pursuing, the ones I was competing with. All of them were going for sciences, so I wanted to compete with them. And I joined sciences in SS class, which I competed and passed all of them. I became the best science student overall throughout my secondary school. And I went into computer engineering, which is called computer technology at the time in Babcock University. But my interest, what I enjoyed the most that made me motivated to be an accountant was the fact that I love businesses. I love the formation of business. I love the way business run because my parents are business people, and it amazes me how one starts small and become big. So I always wanted to know what was the engine behind all of this magic. So somehow when I was in university, I don't know whether it was God or just luck. I ended up being with roommates that were accountants most of my years in university, and that kind of inspired my interest because I started asking questions. But I couldn't leave my course. I was still doing my courses. So I was just having that interest, and I kept on feeling, okay, someday I'll do this, someday I do. But I just saw it as, I'll just do it. It's not, I wasn't going to pursue a career, and that was my intention. I just wanted to do Ican and just be an accountant, but while I still pursue my career as an IT person. But I dabbled into it and I enjoyed it so much. And I'm still practicing and acting as an accountant.
How easy was it for you to cross over from the science line to the commercial line at that level, high level? Was it a difficult task, or was it just something you could easily do? You were able to do
Yeah,
it?
I would call it. I wouldn't say it's a work in the park because I can't taught me a lot about not belittling any course, you understand. I know I was already in the high level of I was doing my physics. I was very good at my physics. my mathematics, and which I were doing as a computer technologist at the time. And I saw accounting as basic, I saw it as basic. But crossing taught me very, very, it made me realize that it's not as easy as one would think. But it was kind of not that hard too because I already, I already had confidence in doing mathematics. So I wasn't scared of challenging myself to being an accountant. It was not a walk in the park, but it was not that difficult too. That's what I would say. So I was able to dabble properly into it because of my background in, serious mathematics.
Sir, what career opportunities are available for somebody with an accounting degree?
Yes, I've come to learn that accounting is not just about being a bookkeeper. Everybody wants you hear an accountant, you feel someone that just records. Accounting as is a very broad profession. As an accountant, you can be a professional accountant, a corporate accountant working for a business. You know, you can be a public accountant. So a public accountant is someone that, have a firm and provide services for the public. That's several businesses, not just one. Then you can be an external auditor. External auditing, which means you are given the task to do an audit for any company that chooses to do an audit. You can be an internal auditor that you are employed by a company as an auditor. You can be, you can even be a data analyst. A data analyst is someone that does, real analytics, financial analytics, and you can be a financial management manager. There are a lot of career you can choose to be. You can be, you know, you can even be a tax auditor. Someone that works for the tax administrator, administration, that's FRS and LRS. So it's a career, it's broad, as I would say. It's very, very broad.
Sir, we are in the digital age and technology has come to stay. Sir, how has technology changed accounting and what skills do students need to possess in order to stay relevant in the future in this accounting line?
All right. Accounting has moved beyond work paper audit, work paper accounting. We are now in the digital age, as I said. Accounting now involves using IT tools, using IT tools like advanced Excel, Excel itself, the advance of it to do financial analysis. Using AI, you know, doing serious analysis using AI, that's artificial intelligence. Then the skill required now is understanding these understanding these two tools. That's the Excel and the AI. And as I would tell anybody that is an accountant, you need to even understand the usage of accounting software. There's something they call cloud computing now, which is now the in thing, cloud storage. These are knowledge that people must understand. Accountant must now, have knowledge about to compete with their peers, you know, in the work stage, in the job. Whenever they see an opportunity, you need to have all of these skills to be able to compete with your peers to advance in your career.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, considering the fact that at the let's just look at the academic settings, especially in the secondary school level, this cloud computing and AI and all these things, they are yet to get into the system. So how will you advise a student interested in pursuing career in accounting with this cloud computing, who is equally involved in engaged in vocational training. So which aspect of which aspect of technology do they need to delve into?
Okay. A student in the secondary level should understand that we are not more. There's no level to these things anymore. You can learn at any level currently, and with the advent of YouTube, with the advent of all kind of softwares that are available to the common person, you can learn and unlearn and learn and unlearn. But usually, the basic tools that is required now for a secondary school student is to understand Excel. Excel to a very, very, comfortable, the student should understand Excel to a comfortable level so that when he's using it, he understands what he's doing. You understand? The use of formulas, the use of some just little financial analytic tools currently available with Excel on the Excel software. But if the person needs to go advanced, because accountant must be inquisitive, you understand, and they must be inquisitive from secondary school. So now that all students now are now having phones, they can key into YouTube and start learning, learning softwares, learning how to use even the accounting tools I mentioned. So there's no time to all of these things. Now time is running fast, and the use of cloud computing, all of those things are available on YouTube to understand. And the sky would be a stepping stone for such students.
What has been the most rewarding aspect of your being an accountant, and how has the professional accounting bodies you belong to, how have they helped you to advance your accounting career?
The most rewarding, one of the most, not because I can't say there are so many rewarding aspects to being an accountant, but one of the most rewarding aspects is the fact that you have the accessible information to seeing companies, businesses, from the light of management, because you are part of management. You have an insight into how business raise their funds, into how business utilizes their funds, into how business, spend it. Yes, and how they manage their finances in general. You have this broad knowledge about them, and you have this insight as a result because of you being an accountant. And the aspect of professional bodies helping me advance my career is that during during you know during jobs, when you are seeking for jobs, you are able to get the right remuneration for yourself, because you are seen as a senior accountant once you have it's ACA, once you have qualified as a chartered accountant. And it helps you quickly start off a career at a pace that a BSc holder would work hard to start off with. So it's a very rewarding professional certificate, and I would advise students to start thinking about it. You understand? Because it is the pinnacle of an accountant to be a chartered accountant. Kid you not. If you think having BSc as an accountant is your goal, I would advise you to now think it very, very well now that that's not a goal. You have to push, or you have to look at how to becoming chartered accountant to really, really, to really get what is yours in the world we are now. So that's mine.
Thank you, sir. How soon should secondary students delve into the professional line? Can they start while they are still in secondary school, or do they need to wait till they graduate from the secondary school before they going into the professional aspect of accounting?
Ican now gives opportunity to students once they graduate from secondary school. And the caveat here is once they graduate from secondary school and they have all their 5 credits, there's an opportunity currently to start up your certification. And but the caveat there is that you must have your 5 credits. You must have your 5 credits, which includes your maths, your English, commerce, economics, and accounting. Once you have these 5 credits, you apply for what they call the accounting technicians scheme. Accounting technicians scheme. The West African idea is called ATSWA. So it's accounting technical scheme for West Africa. So once you apply, you can start, getting your certificates, getting your qualifications right from there. And even if you don't want to go to university, I'm not encouraging you not to go, but if that's cheaper for you, you understand, you can even become a qualified accountant using that route. You understand? You can become a chartered accountant using that route. Once you finish your 8 years, you are allowed to participate in Ican immediately. You understand? And once you finish it, they exempt you from foundation Ican and you start from skill. So you are like a fresh out of school accountant too, because the same thing, the same opportunities are given to both the accountant from BS having their BSc, the same exemptions. They exempt you from foundation to go to skill. So it's similar. If you don't want to waste time doing jam in this era of 17 years old, 18 years old before you enter school, you can just start up, and within 2-3 years you can finish your 8 years 1, 8 years 2, 8 years 3, set up your career. So that's the route that I would advise most accountants, most of us are still secondary school to take if the opportunity.
Thank you for that wonderful response, sir. Sir, having been in the accounting field for the past 11 years, what are the challenges you have faced so far, and how have you overcome those challenges?
Accounting is a ever changing. There's always a changing, something changing. Either you are hearing standards changing, policies changing. So those are challenges that you have to accept. You have to overcome, because as they change, you have to learn, you have to understand these changes so as to be able to advise clients on these changes. So, and I've faced numerous kind of changes in my own, voyage. At least since I joined accounting, they've changed the standard. They've changed the federal government has changed their financial policy almost 5 times, and you have to adapt. IFRS to have introduced numerous standards. You have to adapt. So it's just you being courageous to always learn, unlearn, and just adapt. That's the basic truth. You have to just continue adapting. You have to continue reading. You have to continue getting this knowledge to overcome these challenges.
Thank you, sir. Sir, having been in this field for the past 11 years, I will always make reference to that. Sir, how important is attention to detail in accounting, and how can students develop attentive to details?
Okay. Being attentive to details is one of the common traits of an accountant. And accountant must understand that we are relied upon. Our information, whatever we give to whoever reads our report, you understand, are looking at all of these, detailed oriented reports. You understand? Because once you make mistake in accounting, you would have misrepresented an information that would affect how people look at a particular business. And once you do that, you can, misdirect people, investors to invest in a wrong company. You can misdirect tax administrators to, to collect tax that's more or even less than what they should have. And these are, these are criminal, yes, and these are things that are termed criminal to a level. So you have to be very, very detail oriented. As students, from the student level, a student must, as an accountant, a student accountant must always, review whatever, he does. If you are given an assignment, before you submit, check your calculations, check your additions, check your subtraction, everything, check your I's, check your T's, make sure what you are saying is what you want to say. It's very, very, very important. You cross your T's, you cross your I's, and so that whoever reads your report, whoever reads your financial statement understands what you are trying to represent, what you are trying to give out to the world or to the public.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, how does accounting influence decision making for businesses, individuals, and even the country, the whole country, government in general?
Accounting, as I say, is a language of business, and as a language of business, it represents gives information about businesses that people rely on. Yeah, people rely on. So these are one of the reasons why accountants must, be very articulate. Yes, and our reports, our information, our data that we share must be in very, very, very correct, even if not 100%, this 80 to 95%, so that we don't, misrepresent an information. We don't misdirect investors. We don't misdirect even the management themselves. Because, for example, if you represent a company's profit, two things can happen. Managers will think they are doing very good, and surplus in that business might be used, to do certain things that does not concern, the growth of that business. But when they now discover that they are now actually profitable, that money they spent, you understand, will now become nemesis for them, because it will now be difficult for them to get that kind of money, you understand, to advance. So it can affect employment, it can affect all sorts of things. So, and that's from the management perspective. How about investors that want to invest? Investor might think the financial health of the company is impeccable and invest. And later, maybe 2 years after, now realize that it has invested in a shell business. That money might be his life savings. So it's very, very important that accountant must be very, very detail oriented and correct.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, let's go personal. Sir, how can you describe your typical day, your typical day as an accountant?
Well, I'm like 3 in 1. I do accounting services, I do audit, I do business advisory, I do bookkeeping, consulting, I do bookkeeping consultancy. So my day depends on the job at hand. I do tax audit, representation, tax compliances, car tax. So my day is it's dependent on which one I'm currently. If it's an audit, I have to review continue reviewing what I was sent by the client. That was the first, once the beginning of the day is to check what I was sent by the client, if it's correct, reviewed. After reviewing, there's a financial, I do my financial analysis, I share report with whoever is the business side accountant, and we write a report, and that's continues like that. That's my day as an auditor. As an accountant, mine is to check whether what I did yesterday balanced, my debit and credit, whatever adjustment that needs to be done, and depending on my day. So but it's centered around all of my day runs centered around, you know, doing something that relates to finance.
I know fact that students they are frightened by figures. So how much of mathematics is needed in the accounting line? And that will be the final answer for our question for this, sir.
Okay. Mathematics plays a very big role in accounting because, as I said, if not for my mathematics background, I wouldn't have successfully transitioned into accounting, because accounting has some very difficult mathematics too, like strategic mathematics, strategic finance. Those are serious mathematics. So statistics, for instance, there are a lot of things in accounting. So mathematics plays a very major role in being an effective accountant. Understanding numbers, the understanding of numbers is what makes an accountant an accountant. And how do you understand numbers if you don't, have flair for mathematics? So mathematics is very, very, very important as an accountant, and it's encouraged that all students are accountants try to upgrade or try to be very good at their mathematics to be able to advance in their career as an accountant and enhance their skill, because you do a lot of mathematics. I have to tell you, you do a lot of mathematics in accounting, and that's it. Mathematics is very, very important.
So, sir, having got to this point, we want to thank you for taking out of your busy schedule, because you've told us that your schedule per day is is tight. So from your tight schedule, taking it upon yourself to grant us this interview, we are so grateful for this opportunity you have given unto us, and we pray that the sky will be your beginning and not your end, that the Lord will prosper you in this accounting firm. You will be a formidable force to be reckoned with, and you will not go into extinction. Thank you for your time, sir. God bless you and have a great day. Thanks, sir.
You too. Thank you very much, ma'am.